your brand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Your Brand. This is where we'll explore ideas, insights, and communication strategies for a better growth and better brand. My name is Iwalola Tolu Anyondibu, and today we are diving into another interesting topic, which is understanding what makes a brand. But before we go into that, let's go on a short break. Stay tuned. Many people, especially new business owners and professionals, believe that once they've designed a beautiful logo or have a beautiful name, they're done building a brand. But that's just the beginning. You have a lot of you have a lot to do when it comes to branding. And what exactly is a brand? A brand is a perception. Now, if you can remember last week, we said a lot of things about perception being what people believe, what people say about you, what people have internalized about what you give out. Yeah. So today we're telling you that brand is that perception, is that image, it's that sound, it's that voice, it's that color that they see whenever they hear your name, whenever they see your logo. Yeah. So brand is a perception people have of your business, your product, or even as an individual. Remember last week I mentioned some different types of brand. When I was telling you, we have product brands, we have service brands, we have personality brand, which is personal brand, we have institutional brand, and lots more. So today, I'm still telling you more about it. It's the emotion your audience feel when they see your name, when they see your logo, when they hear your sound, when they hear a message from you, or whenever they are connected with your product or your services. Now, think about some companies. Their logos, their logos are their logos are recognizable. Yeah, they are recognizable. Once you see them, you familiarize yourself with them. In fact, you can actually tell what brand they are. Now, it's not even about the name, it's just about the logo. Just by seeing the logo, you can tell that, okay, this is the company that has this particular logo. Yes, but what really makes them powerful brand is the trust, the experience, and values attached to their names. We're talking in terms of quality, we're talking in terms of relationship, we're talking in terms of experience, lasting memories, what you have imprinted in people's mind. Yes, that is what brand is. If I ask you now, what is your name? Yeah, I can ask you, what is your name? You tell me what your name is. Now I should be able to tell, okay, these are the things that makes up who this person is. Those are the attributes, and that is what we call a brand. So if I see your product, I should be able to say, okay, this is what this particular brand is good at. This particular brand, I can vouch for this brand. Yeah. So your brand is your identity. Your brand is your identity. Yeah. And what I mean by your identity, your brand is your identity in the marketplace. Yeah, because you have competitors. I said it last week that either you are aware of it or not, there are competitors. Yeah, so it's what differentiates your brand. It's what differentiates your product. It's what differentiates your services. It's what differentiates you from your competitors, or from what your competitors are doing, even though you're doing the same thing. In short, your brand answers one simple question, which is, why should people choose you? Why should people choose you? So the moment you think about what people need, why people will need you, you'll be able to shape what your brand should represent. Yeah. So let's break it down into some key elements. Every brand has these elements, whether it's a multinational company or a small business. So brand identity is the first thing that we need to really look at here. Now, for most of the things I'll be mentioning here today, I'm still going to pick them one after the other to build a topic around it, to still tell you about it, because it's very, very important for you to know, it's very important for you to build a good brand. It's not enough for you to just say you want to go into a business. It's not enough for you to just say, okay, this is just show up anyhow, that okay, this is who I am. You need to show up, and show up real good. We need to have something to say about who you are, or what your product gives, maybe in terms of quality, maybe in terms of relationship. Now, when we're talking about brand identity, this includes your name, starting with your name. And this name we're talking about shouldn't be something very long. It should be short, it should be simple, it should be sweet, yeah, depending on how the name comes, but it should be something very, very fascinating, something memorable. Yeah, it shouldn't be something too cumbersome to memorize. Yeah. So now going to colors, pick colors that are suitable. Pick colors that are suitable. You know, going to logo. Please don't make your logo that a very complicated one. Yeah, it could just be a letter. Don't be too creative about your logo. Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't be creative at all, but don't be too creative, because you just want to create something, you know, something very that people will see and they'll be like, oh my god, what is this? No, don't complicate your brand with your logo. Let people see your logo and be able to just say it straight that this is this particular brand. And we talk about the message, the tone. Yeah, the message, your tone. Yeah, it's very, very important. We talk about your tagline. Let's say, for example, you're into fashion, you're into clothing line, you're into clothing, and you know definitely what you want to produce is something that will make people feel comfortable. Yes, that will make people feel comfortable. So you can just come up with a, let's say, let me give for example, if you want your fashion brand as a fashion designer to be called so good outfits, that's an example. Then your tagline can be comfortable any day, you know, something something that can resonate easily, something that's very short that can resonate easily, that people will be able to, you know, their experience with it will just be fantastic. Yeah, so good, you know, so good outfit, which is the name. Then the tagline can be some comfort at all time, you know, something short like that. Like I said, I'm still going to talk about brand identity to you, but just for you to understand that the identity is very important. Identity is key. Yeah, now we talk about brand personality. Now it's just like every individual that have attributes that we can say, okay, this person is happy, this person is jovial, this person is creative. We can as well say that about your brand. Yes, we can as well say that about your brand. We can say your brand is a happy brand, your brand is a friendly brand. We can say your brand is we can as well say your brand is boring, depending on how you create it out there, depending on what you're giving us out there. And most time it is being driven by your commercials, the color you're seeing outside. Maybe you're using exciting color. So when you're running your commercial, maybe you use the kind of the style you're using also determine the message, the tone that your brand is given. I mean, the personality your brand is given. Now we'll move to brand value. What value are you giving? Yes, what do you stand for? What do you stand for? What principle guides how you relate with your customer? What principle guides how you relate with your consumer? Do people just want to buy your products and go? Do they believe in what you are even giving them? So people don't just buy products anymore. people, they buy belief and purpose and even promises. Yeah. So for example, a brand that promotes eco-friendly packaging tells customers its values is about sustainability. Yeah. So now the last thing I want to talk about, I want to talk about customer experience. Yeah, every interaction matters. It matters a lot. Like I said, every impression has its print in our memories. So we should be careful of the way we relate with our consumers or customers. Now, lastly, I talk about reputation. This is very, very important. This is what people say about you. It is what people say about your brand. Now, I talked about perception last week when I said perception. Now, when I talked about perception, about what people think about you, what they've internalized. Now, perception precedes reputation. Perception precedes reputation. Yeah. So this is what people say about your brand, and when you're not in, that's when you're not even in the same space with them. It's built over time through consistency. You must be consistent. You must always, we shouldn't say, okay, you are this today and tomorrow you're another thing. Your reputation matters a lot, and honestly, you can build a reputation for 5 years and reign it in 5 seconds. So when all these elements come together, identity, personalities, value, experience, and reputations, they are built. You don't just have a logo, you have a living, breathing brand. Remember, a brand is not a logo, it's a promise. It's a promise of value, quality, and experience. And every time your customer engages with you, that promise is either kept or broken. You've been listening to Your Brand, the show that helps you create a strong identity in business and career. And that's it for today on Your Brand.
Your brand.